cracked me up when I was in my truck.
What's going on, guys? It automatically started on us. I didn't
What's
even push
happening,
anything.
folks? What's the deal?
Technology.
It's
Anyways.
a hell of a thing.
Yeah.
Shit, I mean, if you're going to do this, I'm going to bring up the world champ hat here.
I just got texted the best state in the union.
I mean, I don't see a problem with it. So.
Yeah. Anyways, we're back with another edition of Pick'em.
Pick'ems!
We're in week
14.
14.
Yeah, 14. Sorry, I saw December 11th and I froze up a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it is what it is.
You are forgiven. We had one last week, but technical difficulties. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, technically we still have it, but
we forgot to upload it.
I don't have a way to upload it.
We forgot to upload it.
It goes off of our PR guys channel, so. Okay.
Anyways, let's get down to it.
You wanna just dive in? Just go straight in?
First.
All right. I'm going to go do a jackknife real quick. We're going to do Buffalo Bills, New York, Mike White's.
Okay. I'm not actually going to take a lot of time on this one. I actually like Buffalo in this one because Mike White, last time he played Buffalo, turned the ball over 3 times. Didn't look great. Last week, Mike White kind of came back down to earth a little bit. Kind of showed us, why, he was not starting in the first place over Zach Wilson.
I mean, even with his come back down to earth moment last week, he still played better than any.
He still played better than Zach Wilson.
Anything Zach Wilson has ever done. So.
But he had the opportunity to prove to them in the offseason that I should be the starter, and he couldn't do it.
Well, Zach Wilson was also a top pick. They're not. And Mike White is a late round pick. They're just let's give Zach Wilson every opportunity to prove he doesn't deserve this job. Finally, year 2, he did prove he doesn't deserve the job. So
yeah, I just like Buffalo. They've kind of been my team all year. And they're at Buffalo, so I like it. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, we're gonna go like this right off the bat. The Jets defense has been stout this year. They're astounding. Buffalo does not. When you get into those low and dirty dogfight games, they don't like those games. They're high scoring. Let me put all the points up on you shit. They don't like facing teams like this that you face a little bit of adversity. When they do that, they don't tend to win. Mike White, yes, he had his coming to earth game last year with Buffalo, and he remembers that. And he also these all-pro receivers, these guys that were great last year, that were great because of Mike White, and have been terrible this year because of Zach Wilson. When Mike White took back over, they became good again. Garrett Wilson. What's that other receiver's name? What's his name? The rookie. Or this now second-year player. There's 2 of them, and they both said they want to leave New York. They don't want to play with Mike White. They want to play somewhere that's going to utilize their talents. Or not Mike White, Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
And then Mike White comes in, and they're all wearing Mike White shirts going into the game. Those guys love him. They preach for him since he played last year. Their running game is starting to get going again. Their defense is stout. Mike White remembers that game from last year, and he's going to prove a point this year. I think I'm going to take the Jets.
Jets.
Jets. Up next, we got the
matchup number 2.
Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Watsons.
And the Cleveland Watsons battle for Ohio. I like it. It is going to be at
I think it's going to be a fucking blowout.
Paul Brown Stadium. Jamar Chase is back. Mixon should be back.
He should have been back last week. The whole thing was he was coming back last week.
Give him another week.
How many weeks are we going to give him?
I don't know. Whatever. If he can, Watson came back last week against the Texans, and let's not do anything twisted here. Watson did not win them the game last week.
No,
their defense did.
Not only was he rusty, he didn't knock
look good.
He didn't knock any of the rust off.
No,
he's coming back into another rusty week.
Yeah, I think that is going to take effect, and Burrow has just been good, as of late.
Yes, but I will say this. I said this last week when we thought Jamar Chase was coming back last week, and he didn't.
Jamar Chase was back.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, he was back. Yeah, that's right. And he didn't really.
And they beat the Chiefs.
Right, but he didn't really. It was. Joe Burrow did the right thing, not forcing the ball to Jamar Chase last week,
He's got too many other weapons on that team.
Well, you would think, Jamar Chase. Oh my God, Jamar Chase is back. He's like rookie of the year candidate. He's one of those guys. No, fuck that. He comes off an injury. You have Tyler Boyd. You have all these other options. Get them involved, which is what he did. He was smart with it.
Mm-hmm.
But is he going to do that this week? This is only Jamar Chase's second week back. Is he going to try to start force-feeding the ball to him?
Maybe.
Or is he going to be smart?
Well, no. I think Burrow is too smart for that. So, no, I think he knows he's got the weapons around him.
Right, so continue to work Jamar Chase back into your game plan.
Yeah. Gradually.
Agreed. I totally agree with that. I think if they do that, I think Cincinnati has no... I don't think they have anything else but to win. As long as they don't try to force feed Jamar Chase after, a month off or whatever he had, as long as they don't try to force feed him the ball and they utilize the weapons around him that they do have. Even Samaje Perine didn't look bad last week.
Wasn't bad.
I mean, if you don't have Joe Mixon back, utilize the weapons you do have, because you do have weapons to counteract losing those guys, and they were able to win without him. So continue to work them back in. Don't force them back in.
So we're in agreement on this one. Bengals.
Yeah, without a doubt. Cleveland is still... Now, I love Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a top 5 running back in the league without a doubt. That doesn't help when they know that you have to rely on your running game because your quarterback has to knock the rust off.
Yeah.
They're going to shut that fucking run game down and make Deshaun Watson win that game, and I don't think he can do it yet. Yeah. So, yeah, we're going to go Cincinnati.
Okay. Matchup number 3. Battle for Texas. We went from Ohio to Texas.
We're going interstate rivals again.
Yeah. It is the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe Davis Mills is back to being the starting quarterback.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm going Dallas.
Yeah, he's back to being the starting quarterback. And, Dallas is coming off of a big win against the Colts. I'm taking the Cowboys.
I mean, I will say this: Dallas does tend to have issues with Houston, but if they have issues this week, then I don't. If they have issues this week, they shouldn't be a playoff team because you should run.
Well, the last
you should stomp them.
Well, hold on, let's clear the air here. We don't usually have. I mean, the last 2 times we played the Texans, they beat us. The last time. The time before that, we beat them. So,
and then the time before that, we beat y'all in our inaugural year. So,
I don't think that was the.
Well, the first year that Houston was a franchise,
the first year
we beat y'all.
We played each other every 4 years.
Y'all couldn't even beat us. Okay, so every 4 years. So
yeah.
we played y'all 4 times in the last 20 years. So y'all beat us once. We beat y'all once. Okay, so we're 2-2.
I don't know the matchup exactly, the record for it right now, but. The last year it was the spin move with DeAndre Hopkins spinning away from both guys.
Won that one.
Yeah, and the year before that it was Romo spinning away from J.J. Watt and fucking his back.
Okay, so we have at least 2 in the last 20 years. So that means y'all either 1-3 or 2-2.
Yeah. So. We're Dallas.
So there's not a winning record against Houston currently. Now I think that's going to change right now, assuming that one of the years y'all played us wasn't one of the Matt Schaub years where we were one of the best teams in the NFL. Because if it was,
that was.
Okay, so you're 1-3 right now then. So you have a chance to get back to.
No, we beat y'all with Matt Schaub. Is what I'm saying.
Well, we had Matt Schaub.
We had
Matt Schaub for like 7 years. So you probably lost to him. You'll probably lost.
Look it up. I wasn't going to waste any time on this.
That's going to be a next video.
Look it up.
That's
all-time record Cowboys against Texans.
It's going to make this video too long. Let's have the information going in the next video because it's going to make this one too long.
All right.
No, I agree.
Cowboys.
Dallas should win this game.
Cowboys.
Handily. It should be handily, yes. If it's not, then we may need to revisit some Dallas things. But it should be handily, yes. Up next, I actually kind of like this matchup.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions.
It has actually been one of the most talked about matchups in this week. Because, do you want to take a guess why?
Minnesota, Detroit,
Yeah.
Christmas Day matchup.
No.
I mean, they're either Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day. Usually they match up.
But yeah, no.
But that's not what it is. Oh, okay. Well, I just figured that's why it would be talked about because it's holiday
No,
season.
the reason why that's getting talked about so much and getting so much coverage through the sports media is Detroit is actually favored in this game, against the records, which is crazy.
I feel like they should be.
Well, I guess we're going to split on this one.
I mean, Detroit.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, no, we are going to split. We absolutely are because Detroit, pardon my friends, Detroit has a lot of pussy in them. And
Detroit does?
Or not Detroit, Minnesota, I mean.
Sorry.
What? Sorry, let me correct that. Minnesota has a lot of pussy in them. They get scared of any team that should beat them. Right now on paper, Detroit should beat them. Everybody's saying they should beat them.
Yeah,
And Detroit has a lot of dog in them. And they are going to turn this game into a dogfight, and Minnesota doesn't like those games. They don't like those games. They want high-scoring, high-powered offense. Detroit is not that. They're going to make a defensive, hard-nosed, fucking play defense, run the ball game. Minnesota's a passing team. You keep the ball out of their hands long enough, they're not going to score enough points to beat you. Detroit tends to do that. They tend to prolong drives when Minnesota's on offense. The defense is bend but don't break. In their running game in Detroit, along with Jared Goff being able to get Amon-Ra St. Brown involved, they bend that clock. They make that clock run. So the Detroit defense is going to make the clock run. The Detroit offense is going to make the clock run. Detroit is going to manage that game. It's going to come down to the last possession.
It will be a close game. I have no doubt in that. But I just think when it comes down to at the end of the game, when it comes to close games and shit, Detroit, you're just as bad as freaking Minnesota when it comes to that. And I believe they've already played each other this year. And as we know, the Vikings have only lost to the Cowboys and the Eagles, both ass whoopings. And they seem to do better.
At least you admit that those are both ass whoopings.
They were.
Because you hate the Eagles. And
they were.
And the Eagles are the best team in the NFL.
They were.
So.
But when it comes down to the rest of the league, and this is not a primetime game, so you don't have to worry about Kirk Cousins in that aspect. And they still have the best wide receiver in the game on their side. So yeah, I think it'll be better. I think it's kind of disrespectful that that Detroit is favored against Minnesota. But yeah, I like Minnesota. I think they're a good team, well coached. O'Connell's done a good job since he's gotten here. And Detroit, we've seen this before. Detroit they'll be competitive. It'll be a close game, and then at the end of the game, they'll find a way to blow it.
But I don't think it's disrespectful because in every single one, and Detroit is a surprise this year. I mean, they've won more games than anybody expected them to win. I mean, we expected Caleb Williams going number 1 overall next year to Detroit.
Really? What? No, I didn't think that.
Detroit, on paper, should have the worst team in football.
And if you think anybody, this goes for anybody. I'm not just talking about you, but if you
or not next year, 2 years from now. I mean,
if you think that Jared Goff is the one that needs to get replaced, you're crazy because Jared Goff in the last couple of weeks has been playing very
Jared
good.
Goff is a 30-year-old quarterback. He is going to get replaced.
He's not the reason why they're not winning games.
No, he's not. They're not winning games because of the level of talent they're playing. But they won more games than they should have won. I mean, they're still
quarterback
relevant.
is not something they need to be looking at right now.
Quarterback is absolutely something they need to be looking at because they got their defense. They got Aiden Hutchinson, who is playing lights out. They have Amon-Ra Brown, who's playing lights out as a wideout. They have Jamal Williams, and now DeAndre Swift, who came back, who's playing good in the running game. Quarterback is the position they need to be looking at.
No.
Okay, well,
I disagree with that.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll see. But I think you put a dynamic quarterback like Caleb Williams coming out of the draft 2 years from now in that offense. And that offensive changes drastically. And now you don't have to drag these teams to the depths of hell like Detroit is doing and seeing who climbs out of it. That's how Detroit is winning games. And that's why I think Minnesota's not going to beat them. Because Detroit is going to drag them down there. And Minnesota doesn't like being down there. But I think you put a quarterback who is a dual threat, who can hit you down the field, who can run, who can make plays outside of the pocket, who can do that. And I think that offense turns into a different offense. Jared Goff is not going to get out of the pocket. He's not going to run with the football. And I'm not going to use your terminology because I don't think he has a noodle arm, but he also doesn't have the strongest arm in the league.
He's got
and Amon-Ra St. Brown is somebody, if you get the ball out there, no, he doesn't.
Yes,
he has like a middle of the pack arm.
Jared Goff has got
a middle of the pack arm. He had, Matthew Stafford has a rocket, and he went there. He went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl with the exact same offense that Jared Goff put up 3 fucking points with.
Jared Goff took the Rams
and lost 13-3. And that was the same year that Todd Gurley was in MVP contention.
Yeah, it was.
And so he went there with the best defense.
Jared Goff's not the problem, though.
So he went there with the best defense in the league and top 3 best running back in the league and lost 13-3. Matt Stafford went there without that running back, but the exact same receivers, the exact same defense, and won the Super Bowl. So, yes, he is the problem because they got rid of Jared Goff the very next year they won the Super Bowl. That is what happened. So, yes, he was the problem.
I don't agree with that. I think right now Jared Goff is the best option you have, and you stick with him. And he hasn't been playing bad.
No, right, he is. He is the best option you have.
You don't get a quarterback next year is what I'm getting
No,
at.
I totally agree. I think 2 years from now you draft Caleb Williams. That's what I do if I'm them. That's what I do. Because Caleb Williams, in my opinion, is a better option than Jared Goff. Because we've seen Jared Goff with a great defense and a great running game. Yes, he can. His team can lead him to the Super Bowl and put up 3 points and lose 13-3. We've seen that.
Yeah.
But when you put the game solely, and then you replace him at quarterback with a gunslinger, and they win the Super Bowl. And they put up more than 3 points to do it. So that is proven. Again, the proof is in the pudding. It's in the history books.
But can we give a little credit where credit is due? He was going up against Bill Belichick's defense, and that's a hard thing to do.
No, we can't because Bill Belichick's defense shut down the run game and forced him to win the game, and he put up 3 points. So we will. We'll give credit where credit's due. Bill Belichick's defense forced him to win the game, and he lost it. We will give credit where credit's due. Bill Belichick's defense shut down that run game, forced Jared Goff to win the game, and he put up 3 points. We will give that credit.
Okay.
That is what happened.
Next matchup, so Lions, Vikings.
I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah, no.
We have the Philadelphia Eagles, New York Giants.
At New York.
I know who he's going. I know who he's going to pick.
Go ahead.
Because he still thinks Dallas has a chance to win this division. I'm going to take the Eagles. They're the best team in football this year. They've proven it. They've lost 1 game, and the last game they played against King Henry and the Tennessee Titans, they beat the shit out of them. So, yeah, I'm going to take the best team in football in this matchup.
Yeah, when it comes down to the NFC East, here's the thing. Here's my thing with the Giants. I don't think they're that good. I don't.
They have a winning record.
They do have a winning record,
have
but
that.
I do not think that they're good. When it comes,
how do you have a winning record and you're not good?
Last week you tied the Commanders, and
who beat the best team in football?
Yeah.
So exactly. So you tied the team that beat the best team.
But I just don't think when it comes down to a head-to-head matchup with the Giants and the Eagles, I don't think the Giants are going to be. They played down to a team, and I just do not think that they will come in and play up to the Eagles. I just don't think that's going to happen. I want to believe that, but I'm not going to say it's going to happen. the way the Eagles have been playing and everything this year, I'm going to go with the Eagles. I don't believe it. I like Brian Daboll. He's got some stuff to build on in New York and stuff, but it's not this year. And you'll probably see the next couple weeks in the regular season that New York is going to fall out of this playoff race.
Well,
I'm going Eagles.
And no, I go Eagles too. But my question is, how? So yes, the Giants have a better record than the Commanders. They do. They've played better
Not anymore,
until
but
recent weeks. But then they played in this last game when the Commanders had been on a hot streak,
Mm-hmm.
and they tied them. That's not, and they tied the team who beat the best team. Other than the Commanders, the Philadelphia Eagles would be 12-0 right now. They would. I mean, either way, they're the best team in football. But they tied a team who beat the team to beat. They did. You're not playing down to a team. You're not.
But what?
So they're not.
But what the Commanders
what
did
I'm
to
saying,
the Eagles, I don't think the Giants are going to be able to do that.
if
with
the
Eagles.
Giants
That's what I'm
follow,
getting at.
if the Giants follow the same blueprint to beat the Eagles, then they will.
Yeah. But do I think that they're able to do that? No, I don't.
So you're telling me Antonio Gibson is a better running back than Saquon Barkley? Because that's how they beat him. They beat him running the ball and keeping the ball away from him.
Yeah. No, they did do that, but they also shut down Eagles' run game as well. I'm saying their defense-wise, I don't think they were going to be able to do
Right. So Washington was able to do that against them. And the Giants
And they beat them by a double-digit score.
And the Giants did that to Washington and held them within their range. So you're saying that Washington could do that, and then the Giants did that to Washington, but the Giants can't do that to the Eagles, even though they've already done it to the team that beat
that.
the
No,
Eagles.
when it comes out, no, I don't. I don't think.
Okay.
I do think them being at home will help them a little bit, but no, I don't.
No, I agree. I'm taking the Eagles too because I said it before the season started. The Eagles are my pick to
If
go
you
to
say
the Super
that
Bowl in the
again
NFC.
in one more freaking video this year, I'm gonna scream. Quit saying it, shit.
Please scream. Please,
Quit saying that shit.
Please scream.
I'm not gonna scream. but,
I am taking the Eagles
You
as
say
well.
that every freaking video that we do.
I mean, how so far? How wrong have I been? They're the best team in football. How wrong have I been?
We will see the further along we get along with the schedule and everything. But no, I just
Okay, so right now the teams that have a chance to take the number one seed from the Eagles have to win and get some help. So again,
who's second in line to do that?
Probably the Vikings. They've lost 2 games, so probably the Vikings. And then Dallas is 3, and Dallas has already lost to the Eagles. So, and Minnesota has also lost to the Eagles. So yes, until something changes, which Minnesota has already played 2 and 3 behind them and beat them fairly handily. Yes, I will say that Philadelphia is the number 1 team in football by a lot.
I'll say that right now.
You're gonna
right
go
now
with
they're the best in
well,
the
the
NFC.
Dallas
In the
put up
NFC.
14 points in the second half.
And
Okay,
we're only doing that because of the record.
Minnesota.
That's why we're doing
Dude,
that.
Philadelphia put up
That's
21
what
in
you're
the
doing,
first
man.
half.
And they didn't do shit.
They
in the
already
second half.
they
We're not
didn't
getting
have
on-
to.
We're not getting on this again.
They didn't
We're not
have
getting
to.
on this again.
No, we are.
No, we're
they
not.
didn't have
No,
to
we're
do
not.
anything. They literally, with what they did in the first half, they could have not scored a single point in the second half and still won that game.
Yeah. But our defense did enough to keep us in the game. Our offense just couldn't come through with it. I think it's a different outcome when we have our starting
Where-
$40
at
million
what
a
point-
year quarterback
at
out there
what
playing,
point-
making the plays
at
for
what
us. Because
point-
there's some things that Dak can do that Cooper Rush can't.
At what point were you in the game? Philadelphia led the entirety of the game. At what point
we
were
were
you
in
the
more
game?
of the game than the Vikings were.
Right, no, they beat the hell out of them.
Yeah.
So at what
There was
point?
never a shot,
no,
though.
but
There was a shot,
there
right?
wasn't a shot with y'all
There
either.
was.
For
There was.
4
Three
consecutive
turnovers
quarters.
doesn't help.
For
And
4
that's what Cooper Rush did in
consecutive.
that game.
Okay, I'll wait.
He
For,
did.
for 4 consecutive quarters, you lost. Where was your shot? You didn't win any quarter in that
Like
game.
I just said, the defense did their job in the second half. They played much better. They only gave up 3 points.
Because they gave up 21 in the first half. Philadelphia didn't have to
If they-
score anymore.
They didn't. Okay, so they didn't make a game plan and come out and execute their game plan in the second half. Because we only gave up 3 points in the
I
second
mean,
half.
what if
You're just
Philadelphia?
saying that, hey,
What
we're
if
just gonna
Philadelphia
take it
put?
easy?
What if they took? What
We're
if
just
they
gonna take it
did?
easy
What
now?
if they did?
No, it's
What
a
if they
divisional
took-
rival. they're going to freaking try to pour it on like they did against the Vikings. They couldn't do it.
What
And if we had a quarterback that wasn't throwing the damn turnovers
Okay,
and stuff,
so what
that
if they're
game,
thinking, okay, they have a backup quarterback.
Cooper Rush did
We
his
put up
job.
21 points. All we have to do is like be there for the second half,
Cooper Rush
which
did
is
his
what
job
they did.
to keep us in the season, because after that first game of the season, everybody's like, okay, Dallas is done. You know, they're not going anywhere. Dak is hurt.
He threw
did-
3
he
interceptions.
did-
How is that doing
I'm
his
talking about
job?
the other games. Talking about the other
Okay,
games.
so the game
He
that
came
mattered,
in-
he didn't show up in.
The last game, no. He did the 3 turnovers. You know, the defense was able to hold them to only 3 points, and we weren't able to get it done on the offense.
They didn't have to score
That's
more
what
than
I'm
3
saying.
points.
That's
And
what I'm saying.
Philadelphia probably knew that. We've done enough. We don't have to do more than this.
He's not that big of an Eagles fan, I promise y'all. He's not.
No, I'm not. But I also picked them to win that division and go to the Super Bowl this year.
Giants, Eagles, next matchup. Or no, I'm sorry. Eagles, next matchup.
We're going to do a whole video on this. Ravens, Steelers.
Lamar Jackson is hurt. He's out.
Tyler
Tyler
Huntley's
Huntley. They were only able to get 10 points with him playing. I like Pittsburgh in this. They're at home. I like Pickett. I think that team right now is doing better, wise. And if they knock off the Ravens, it's going to help out the Bengals. So yeah, I'll take the Steelers in this one.
No, I'm taking the Steelers too. I'm not taking them because of Pickett, because
He hasn't been playing bad.
Pickett has a lot to learn. He
does.
He's
a young
been
guy.
middle of the road.
He's a young guy.
Now, granted, middle of the road, that's
He's
that's
rookie.
good.
Not bad for a
That's
rookie.
good for a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, middle of the road, is good. He's a project. He's gonna have to do more than that in the future. Whether or not he can, who knows? I'm not a Pickett guy. He is. I think Pickett is a middle of the road quarterback, but you have Najee Harris, who has come on. And I think Najee Harris wins this game for him. I'm taking the Steelers as well.
All right. Next matchup, we got the Jags at the Titans.
Fuck
Trevor
him.
Lawrence.
I'm not fucking with this one.
I don't even know what to say about these teams. I'll probably play it safe. I'll say it'll be a bounce back game for the Titans. I'll take the Titans.
Dude, I'm not even going to play it safe. Trevor Lawrence has been less than a middle-of-the-road quarterback, and he's in his second year. The dude is not – he's not the savior of the NFL. He's not the next Peyton Manning. He's not any of that. The dude is – now he's actually having to face talent that's not ACC guys that are going to go get their doctorates. He's facing, actual talent, and he's not that good. He's not. He hasn't been. In 2 years, he has not been. Whoa, they haven't put talent around. They haven't done that. Quarterbacks that are good make the talent around them better, and he hasn't done that. They went out and got your guy, Christian Kirk. They went and paid him top dollar.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Christian
still
Kirk's
not.
had a good year.
He's still not a top receiver in the
Stat-wise.
league. He's still not a top receiver in the league, and he's got the savior of the NFL on his team.
Okay.
I'm not going to take Jacksonville. I don't hate Trevor Lawrence as a person. I don't think he's that good. I don't. I think he was an ACC prodigy that brought him in here and made him sound like he's better than Joe Burrow. Even though Joe Burrow has been better than him historically, I don't think he's that good. I think he's a middle-of-the-road quarterback. I think that's what you have. So, yeah, no, I'm taking King Henry. King Henry, the guy who's proven to be good in the NFL.
And that is low.
That is retardedly low, and he's getting lower. There is an airfield over there. So.
Is there?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
yeah.
next matchup. So we got. Oh God, I'm not wasting any time. on
Kansas
this
City
one.
and Denver. I got the Chiefs.
Yeah, Russell Wilson has been such a disappointment. And I said it at the beginning of the year, and I'll say it again. The receivers made him in Seattle. He did not make them. They have Geno Smith as their quarterback, and they're succeeding. Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton have had to take a step back with Russell Wilson.
The Seahawks and the 49ers right now, that could be a video in itself for this year.
Totally agree.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Yeah, no. That's stupid. That's a dumb
That's
fucking
dumb.
matchup.
We got Kansas City at. I'm sorry, we just did that. Carolina at Seattle. And is Darnold the quarterback now?
Darnold is the quarterback. I'm not going to waste time on this one either. I'm going to take Seattle.
I'm going to take Seattle too.
Geno Smith has been a solid quarterback this year.
I'm going to take Seattle. I think they're the better team.
All right, up next we got San Fran, Tampa Bay, and Jimmy G is not out for the year.
At San Fran.
Jimmy G is not out for the year.
He's not?
No.
Really?
Yeah, I heard it earlier. He's not out for the year. He's coming back.
He broke his foot.
He's coming back.
When? This week?
I don't know if it's this week, but he's coming back. They've already made it known he's coming back.
Okay, all right. Well, San Francisco, that is a tough team. That is a difficult team, and there's a lot of hype and stuff around them.
Well, who's their backup? Is it Blaine Gabbert? Is that their backup still?
For the 49ers?
Yeah.
No. Their backup is the guy that played last week, Brock Purdy.
Purdy, and he played well last week.
He played well last week against the Dolphins. But yeah, you got the GOAT on the other side as well.
Who has played lackluster
Who has
this
played
year.
not very good. That divorce, man, you might want to go get Giselle back, to be honest with you.
Dude, I don't know. I feel like he played worse with Giselle.
No, he definitely played better
I
with
don't know,
Giselle.
man. He's won more games without Giselle than he won with her this year.
This year?
Yeah, this year he's won more games without her than he has
Yeah,
with
but they
her.
were going through a rough patch. But, like, I'm saying...
Yeah, and then once he dropped the dead weight, he won more games.
We'll see.
No, I'm going San Fran.
You're going San Fran?
I'm going San Fran.
And you know what? With Brock Purdy, too... I mean, dude, that defense is just so good.
Daunting.
Yeah.
Y'all had to face them multiple years. Couldn't beat them once.
Yeah. Are you talking about us or Aaron Rodgers?
Well, I mean, y'all lost last year to
Come
them.
on, man. Come on.
No, you just
Come on,
you didn't like
I did
that.
the thing.
I know. I thought you would wait until I said y'all got your ass whooped by him last year. So you're not, okay.
We didn't get our ass whooped, but
Okay.
all right.
Y'all had no shot to win that game either. But
No, not with the horrible clock, man. We're not talking about the Cowboys right now. I'm taking San Fran as well. Tampa Bay has been. You don't know which Tampa Bay is going to show up.
all right,
Next,
what do we got next?
Sunday night game. I actually like this matchup a lot.
I don't. I think this is going to be an ass whooping from hell.
Okay. Obviously, it's the Miami Dolphins at SoFi Stadium taking on the Chargers, not the Rams. Yeah. Miami.
Yeah.
You just got no. That's not who I'm picking.
Oh, okay.
It's Miami. You got beat by a quarterback who was not projected to who is Brock Purdy? He was Mr. Irrelevant. He was taken last in the draft. Like they
plays
just took
with a
him.
great
They
fucking
took him
defense.
last because whatever.
He
we'll
plays
just
with
take
a
somebody.
great defense.
They drew his name out of the hat. They're like, okay, who do we got? Brock Purdy. Okay, yeah, that just send that name up
I
there.
mean, I don't know. Obviously, they figured something out with him.
I mean, but yeah, Dolphins disappointed me last week, but also the Chargers. You disappointed me last week too. You lost to the damn Raiders.
They disappoint you on a weekly
They do.
basis.
You lost to the Raiders. The Raiders just lost to the freaking Baker Mayfield and the Rams.
I mean,
who had no shot at doing anything this year.
You should have put up 3 fucking
What
points
happened?
and then beat you 17-16.
So a bunch of disappointment for these teams last week, but I'm going to say that they turned around. The Chargers do. I'm taking Herbert over Tua, and the Miami Dolphins. That fan base for a long time they wanted Herbert. So yeah,
And
Herbert.
they got
I think
Tua,
Herbert,
who's been one of the better quarterbacks in the league this year. So.
Unless he plays a good defense. I'm going to take
Well,
the.
when Herbert has to manage the clock, he loses too. So
I think it's the coach, man. I really do.
Herbert
really do.
is
Herbert is a
their.
stud.
Herbert is the future of that franchise, and
Dude, we've got a plane that is driving really low right now over
there's
us.
something wrong with this plane. Did you see him doing this?
Yeah, I did.
There's something wrong with
He
it.
might be a beginner pilot,
I don't
but
think so. Not
that's
this
what
plane
we keep
either.
looking at. and it's kind of taking away from the video.
God, I hope if they're gonna hit the building, they hit that side.
Really low. I mean, they were right by the power lines right over here. It was crazy.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
Maybe next time, if we're still on, if you drive by again, we'll do the video up for you.
I pray to God he doesn't hit something.
Yeah, me too. I hope everything's all right.
Because if they do, then we gotta jump my fence, then we gotta jump the picket fence, and we gotta go out there. And
it's a thing. Okay,
I mean,
I'm
luckily
gonna
we'll have
take
the
the
video
Chargers.
going.
Yeah,
No,
we're gonna get the video going.
No, fuck no. I'm taking Miami.
Okay, so I'm taking Chargers Miami. Last matchup of the week, Monday night. It is New England and Arizona. Who cares about this matchup? I'm taking the Patriots.
Is New England's backup playing? If they're
No,
backup,
it's Matt Jones.
no, I'm taking Arizona then.
There you go. There you go.
I'm
We
not,
split it.
Matt,
Arizona's not been good this year. at
Matt,
all.
what have the Patriots done?
They're 500 at least.
Well,
The Cardinals are not.
Kyler Murray's been hurt. DeAndre Hopkins got popped with PEDs. Now they're both back. I mean,
Oh, I think I hear it.
it's gonna be there.
There it is. I don't know. Well, hold on. Crap.
Well, it'll be back. It'll be back.
Hello. I think he's okay now.
I don't know, man. He's still.
All right, we're gonna end the
He's
we're gonna end the video right there.